お、あのピンクすごい。スタイルも抜群だし、動きもキレキレだ。
So right off the bat, one of the things that I kind of really wanted to say is I think one of the things that this anime has produced that's the best yet is CHIZURU being just absolutely jealous. Like we've seen like little like glimpses, little moments happen, but like this episode was full on jealousy, so much so that she even called out the event that made her jealous. Now, of course, our boy Kazuya is still a little bit dumb about it. He's like, is she jealous? Is she blah, blah, blah? But, you know, because he's just a big bumbling buffoon. But she was legitly jealous this episode. And this is the first time that I'm like, yes, there's feelings there. And I think this is a huge, huge milestone and huge win for our boy Kazuya. So I love how, you know, the episode just really started him busting the door open, taking out the trash, and seeing CHIZURU there. Immediately, I felt like triggered, though, because he immediately starts getting aroused, and he gets aroused just by, like, you know, looking at her and seeing her and, you know, seeing her bend over and throw away the trash, and arousal. Like, this guy just can't peel his eyes away, and I totally get it. You know what I mean? I totally understand, like, you know, observing beauty. I totally understand being in awe of someone's beauty. But at this point, the man sees her on a daily basis. And I know, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I know that a lot of you guys aren't fans when I say this, but this man needs to throw away that V card because it just... And I know it will never happen because I know that the purpose of the anime, I know it's being written a certain way. I know it's even being written and produced and directed to trigger me, to trigger people like me. But he needs to really throw away that V card. And the reason being behind that is because he's so motivated by desire, you know, sexual desire specifically, that it clouds everything else, and he's not able to be in the moment, pay attention in the moment, pay attention to CHIZURU, be mature, have responses. He really lacks that sexual maturity because he's still holding on to that card like it's something that's special, which, you know, take it for what it is. You know, you'd be like, yo, Dom, you wrong with this, but it is not, it ain't all that, especially for men. It's a little bit more for women for sure. You know, I think there's definitely some more specialness there, and there is definitely some more decision making then, you know, there, and there's definitely some more, you know, there's a lot of nuances and choices that go behind a woman's choice, and you know, making that first decision to throw away something you're never going to get back kind of thing. Really, even on like a physical level, you know what I mean? There's like a legit choice to make that decision. And if you don't know what I mean, go take sex ed or something. But for a man, there's not really much there. I gotta be honest. Like nothing changes. Like you're gonna go. You know, you're gonna do it. You're gonna take a shower, and it's like it never even happened almost. But what happens really from the man's point of view, and that's why I think Kazuya really needs to go and just do the deed at this point, is it's from a mental state. You know, a lot of what he has is because of the unknown. He doesn't know what doing these actions, what it really means, what it entails, the feeling, all of it. So he's constantly thinking about it and putting it on this pedestal. And once it's out the way, he can move on past it, and probably even he'll be a much better man for it, I think. But that's all I'm gonna say. The rest of the episode, I love, you know, I love that you know, basically CHIZURU scolds him. I love that we talk about Ruka again. I love that how he racks his brain. I love how, you know, CHIZURU calls him out for lying. And in those moments too, even when he was lying through his teeth about the Ruka stuff, I was like, yo, boy just needs to be honest. Like, yeah, you know, she came here, the deal that we had that you kind of helped me set up is that she'd be my like fake girlfriend at this time. She's trying to play the part to be the real one. And I keep telling, you know, he just is like, you know, and I keep telling her, like, I don't feel that way. I'm in love with CHIZURU. I'm in love with you. And if he would just be honest and say these things, he would jump 12 steps ahead. But instead, he gets nervous and he grinds his teeth and he lies through his teeth, and CHIZURU calls him out for all of that. And I find that again, it's purposeful and it's being done on purpose and it's being done to trigger me, and that's what makes the anime really good and makes it great, is that I feel these emotions towards the anime. Even if they're negative, I still feel them, which means good writing. Then we kind of move on to the next thing where we find out about her tanjovi, her birthday. Her birthday is coming up. It's in a day or 2 days, something like that. So he starts racking his brain on what to get her for his birthday. Spoiler: he sucks. He sucks at the gift, but I mean, at least it's from the heart. For some reason, he gets a smart move to rent Sumi, because he thinks Sumi can help him pick the perfect birthday gift. And I love Sumi. I think she's the cutest out of the four. They all have these different traits, right? Ruka's extremely cute, but she's also a little aggressive. She kind of knows what she wants, but she's delicate. Sumi is very quiet and melatonin and very like soft. Mommy is aggressive and toxic and bipolar and mommy. And then you have CHIZURU, who has a little bit of all of them, but rough exterior, kind of fake personality, really soft on the gushy on the inside, hard on the outside kind of thing. So anyway, he rents Sumi. He takes her on a date or whatever to finally, buy CHIZURU something. And he's there, yelling at her. And I made a note. It was like these dudes just out of nowhere. Apparently this just happens in the world of Rent-A-Girlfriend all the time. These dudes were just like, oh, cute girl. What a cute girl. They're like, that never happens in real life. You're not just sitting at the Starbucks and someone walks by and they see, a dude and a girl. You're like, oh, she's so cute. I wish I could have her. It's like, that doesn't happen. Like maybe in your head, but it doesn't actually happen. Then he begins looking at her in some specific ways. And again, that calls back to 3 minutes ago where I was saying that he just needs to throw away that V card because, again, he's being motivated by the arousals, by the desires. Even in this moment where he just basically phoned in a friend, even though he had to pay for it. He phoned in a friend here, which he could have just called her or texted her. She probably would have just went with him out of the goodness of her heart, or out of just liking Kazuya, or just, he didn't have to rent her. He could have just called her up. But regardless, he did it anyways. She told him that flowers would be a really good idea, which I thought they would be a really good idea too. Especially every woman in the entire world loves flowers, even the ones who are allergic to it. They say they don't like it, but they still like it. And then she ends up, they don't find anything, and they take pictures. They share some really sweet moments with each other and stuff. You can see that Sumi's falling a little hard, which I'll talk about in a second. Then they go up to the top floor of a department store because Sumi leads the way, and we find out that Rent-A-Fighter, which is CHIZURU. CHIZURU is actually a Rent-A-Fighter, and she says the perfect. So she's a Pink Ranger. They're doing like a Power Ranger skit. These shows are still very popular in Japan, which is really cool, I think. But she's basically a Pink Ranger, and they go see this show that she's putting on. And she says one of my favorite lines of the entire anime so far. She says, "I was rented to protect the Earth." I freaking was dead. I was dying of laughter. I was like, oh my God. And I thought that was just hilarious. But in that moment, it was there to inspire him. She was like, she knows how inspired he was by her play. She got to see him confess and do all that stuff. She got to see him there at the play. So I like how she used that logic again on him. Then their date's over. They don't actually get anything. He's like, thank you for your help and stuff. And she was like, give a gift from the heart. And then we start to see that, Sumi's admiration turns into kind of feelings. And she then acts on him before they, after she lets him go, she pulls him back. And you can tell she's kind of like really falling for him there. And she asks him for his birthday. Really, really cute stuff. Then the episode ends with him giving a gift to CHIZURU. He gives her pickled plums for energy. Again, the thought there is to give her energy. It's from the heart, even though it's the crappiest gift I've ever seen ever. But CHIZURU at first was like this idiot, blah, blah, blah. And then it changes after she's thinking about him as she's eating it. It hit where it was supposed to hit. So take 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing. But overall, good episode. Triggered in a lot of ways. Love seeing Sumi on screen. Like seeing CHIZURU get jealous because it means their relationship's moving forward. But at the same time, it's kind of moving back in a way because our boy Kazuya is a big idiot. All right, let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comments below. See you next week. Deuces, my friends. Go rent a girlfriend. No, don't do that.